How's it, team? Well, I'm on the coast as per normal, just my happy place. I've got a wicked story to tell you. It all entails leading up to a nice old stag that I just shot. But leading up to it, there's been a couple of missions. I've put in some hard yards, and I'm just going to run you through a couple of missions, and then I'll show you this stag. It is an absolute hell of a story, and that's the thing with a stag. It's not how big it is or how many inches it is. Really, it comes down to age and the effort that went into it. So this stag, just symbolic representation of 4 years of not pulling the trigger, not all too young, putting in some hard yards, been into this spot multiple times, seen him once on the first time, then came back multiple times, never could catch up with him. And then it leads into this. So sit back and relax. You're probably going to feel like I've done a bit too much, but it's all about the adventure and challenging yourself, bar none. How's it, team? Well, it's just before Christmas 2020, and what a year it's been. Character building stuff. I've kind of given the camera a wee break over this year, especially after lockdown. Just I wanted to be more present in the hills. Didn't want to be focusing on filming, making it, going home, spending hours on the computer, which it takes a long time because I have decent standards. I want to put out rubbish, so that's why I haven't been making any films this year. But I got 6 days on the coast, and it's next 24 hours, 100 mil of rain, get some. So it's going to be a bit of a doozy. Got the fly set up, and it's just going to be kind of hunkered down and just wait for it to roll by. And then tomorrow afternoon, trudge on up to the tops, good 3-4 hour climb, and get amongst the tops. So looking for a chamois, also seeing if there's any velvet stags I can identify for Feb. Otherwise, I'm just looking for an adventure. That's what I'm always at. Put the pack on, lace up the boots, and get amongst it. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoy this one. That was a doozy of a night. Bloody gale force southeasterlies just ripping it up. Tried to build a wee wall, which you might see later on, but that's done 5/8 to nothing. Did absolutely nothing. My tent was flexing like a sick giraffe all night, flapping around, making heaps of noise. I managed to get a wee bit of sleep here and there, just kind of wee dreams, lots of dreaming. So it's not too bad to get a bit of sleep, so I feel alright. Anyway, what I'm going to do is just going to break down camp and then just kind of poke my head out and just see what's up. Probably head back along, and if it's still pumping, because the wind's going to be pumping till tomorrow morning, so tops hunting's just no good. You can't camp on the tops. Even when you try and find a shelter spot, the wind just kind of curls back around. It's like this spot's actually really good. It's taken away a lot of the brunt just below a wee lip, so that's a good little tip. Wee lip, just the wind shoots the wind up, but it can still then kind of swirl around. So that's the plan, and then I'll just get on with it.
How's it, team? Well, I've got an absolute doozy planned for March 2021. There's this mission I was going to do last year, but old COVID wrecked that, just like for everyone else. So, got 11 days up my sleeve. Going to put in the hard yards and hopefully get a ripper stag. That's the go, but it's all about the adventure, bit of character building, and some good times. So, going to document it as I go along, try and share the adventure with you guys as I normally do, and just getting after it. Let's do it. Morning of day 2. It's been a bit of an eventful morning. So I bumped into a couple of good young keen hunters. So I walked with them for a couple of hours. They were bloody good, good value, good lads. Shared some stories, told some yarns. Mostly related to hunting, but no, bloody good. Then bumped into another 2 hunters, then just then another 2 trampers. So I knew this initial route is quite busy, but once I get to where I want to get, I hope that there isn't as many people, because it's so busy in Canterbury, where I am now, which is not Canterbury. I'm hoping that I can escape the crowds. So, big day today, big climb, lots of miles, and then hopefully into the promised land. Sweet, I'm at the head of this valley. Got a good wee gut buster coming up, so the major climb for today. And then that's really like most of the hard yards done for the walk-in. Then it's just descend down, navigate a few routes, and then into it, to the promised land. But you can't beat this country. It's just so spectacular. Just so good for the soul. So good for the mind and the body. Sweet, so I would show you, but I'll make it real obvious where I am. So I am heading up that way and heading up to a saddle and then descend down. Sweet, onwards. Halfway up this barn burner. Bit of character building. Whew, this is brutal. Especially with a pack laden with 11 days worth of food. Ooh, absolute doozy. Rest and recover and then onwards. Morning, day 3, and today's the day when I can make it to the promised land. So it's going to be for about 5-6 hours just navigating this route, and then should be able to set up quite a good base camp to ride out the storm tomorrow. And then after that it should be all guns a-blazing, hopefully. See a few good stags, maybe a chamois up and around the bluffs. But man, so peaceful, so good to be out here. And I've still got almost a whole week, so how good is life when you're out in the mountains, solo backpack hunting in this type of terrain? So I'm just stoked, It's bloody awesome. Sweet, so I'm gonna head along here, get to the start of this bush bash route. So then from there, hopefully it only takes a couple hours and then it's all pretty smooth sailing after that. Well, so far so good. About 3/4 of the way down, so this deer trail seems to be pretty good. I've managed to think like a deer to stay on the trail. No, that's just a crock. I guess I've just been reasonably lucky with some of these trails, but yeah, as I go along I'm just snapping branches and trying to mark it on the GPS. I got my inReach and then I got my smartphone backcountry app, so I'm doing both because I don't want to be walking back out not finding the track through this stuff. So yeah, it's going well. So I've only got like 100 meters of vert and then kind of on the valley floor, so bloody good. Gosh, for the last couple hours I've just been sidling through this horrible beach country, big thick roots and rocks and rotten wood and just horrible stuff. It's actually worse than the descent. Anyway, I'm at the promised land and a spiker just ran across the river, so it's a good sign. The wind's a bit swirly though. It's a bit interesting because I barely popped out, but anyway, yeah, good to see a deer. I'm at the promised land now, so hopefully big stag. So I'll do you a wee little tour of my campsite. Now if you're like, oh, why has he got an umbrella in the mountains? Hey, get one, get one. This one's really good. It's like blunt. Just got it, I think I got it from Hallenstein's maybe. Super lightweight though. Anyway, think about an umbrella. It's pretty hard going to the toilet when it's pissing with rain, so yeah, think about that one. But also just on days like this, you can get out of the tent, you're not going to get super soaked. Use the old brolly. So here's my tent. Here's my old tent. And I'll also show you, this used to be an old hunter's campsite. And there's not a bad wee stag. You can see that one. Unfortunately, these guys have left rubbish and all sorts, but a fair while ago. But honestly, if you've flown in and you're just leaving bags of rubbish, it just makes no sense to me. Clean up the bush. You come in here because it is so clean and green. Why are you then gonna trash it? Anyway, that's my thing. So there's my tent. That's gonna be my humble abode for today. So while there's pouring rain, just been non-stop raining since about 4 in the morning. Morning team, day 5, and the weather's finally cleared, so the sun is shining and everything's starting to dry a wee bit. So I'm going to pack up camp, head up valley and hunt up there. I haven't seen much around here, but it's been raining all the time, so I don't know what the deer are doing. But the wind is going to turn, so I'd rather be up valley, it turns, and then when I'm coming down I've got it in my favour. So that's the plan. Hopefully it plays out like that. So yeah, that's the go. So I'm just going to pack up and then get on with it. I'm at the rock bivvy and there's no hunters present, but there did look like a fresh footprint at the entrance. But what's even more disappointing is there's just a whole bunch of stag heads just like left here. So they're all pretty rubbish stags anyway, but the point being is it's obviously getting fly-in hunters in a wilderness area. So guys are coming in, shooting out heaps of stags and just leaving them at this rock bivvy. Oh, it like pisses me off so much. So much. They're gone and you never know what can pop out, but for goodness sakes, it's like this is a 20-hour walk in and there's all these stags in here and there's no way these hunters are walking in. And the way the chopper was flying as well, that red and white Hughes 500, real low, fast, came in quickly, like came past me on the riverbed real quick, and then those guys must have been like ready for extraction, and then it was just pick up and go. Like, it was normally when you hear a chopper coming, they pick up hunters, they take their time and they're packing up and they're putting stuff on real slowly. No, this was real quick, so it's just disappointing, eh? They better not come back, and there's no footprints on the flat, so maybe they've just stayed around here and just glassed this, because it's pretty cool country. But just so pissed off. So if I get a big stag now, it makes it even more worth it. All those good grace points, but far out. Yeah, still pretty pissed. Still pretty pissed. Just completely illegal. Sweet as. Well, I'm just going to try and hit the reset button. Hopefully my good grace pays off soon. That's what I hope. Day six is not really proven to bear fruit, but still a couple hours of light left, so one of the last few chances on this catchment before I have to move on and start making my way out slowly. Saw those 4 stags from last night this morning, got some nice photographs of them as you guys saw. That was pretty good. I've messaged the other half and we're liaising with Doc to try and see if we can seek some justice on that Hughes 500 white with red stripes. Operates down near Mount Aspiring National Park, Fiordland. So anyway, I just don't want to see it happen again, where you do the hard yards into wilderness area and then someone just flies in illegally. So anyway, last chance stag tomorrow. I'm going to start walking out of this catchment, hunt the next little block, and then from there it's just a couple days walk out. So yeah, last chance stag. I'm not feeling hopeful, but kicking the guts really after yesterday. I'm trying to like reset it in my mind, but it's still just like the injustice of it really like gets me deep. So trying to enjoy myself as best I can. That's what it is. Camp's all set up, getting ready for a afternoon snooze, and then this evening just going to hunt the flats, last chance really, and then tomorrow I'm going to walk out, or depending, but I reckon it's going to be pretty busy once I get into the main catchment that's closer to the car park. It'll be pretty busy, and I just can't be bothered with all that. Just want peace and quiet, wilderness. This is awesome. That's all I want. Once I'm back into the busy catchments, just walk out. So we'll see how we get on. I'm just gonna chill, and then hopefully this evening, last chance stag. Morning team, day 8, and just gone for a bit of a stalk along the flats. Seen those two deer, but I seen them a couple days ago, and I think a spiker was attached to them, so that's the stag probably heard moaning last night. And my bloody camera like gave me up, so the low light and then the red light like flashed, and then the hind just saw it straight away. I was like, oh, I thought they couldn't see red or orange very well. Anyway, I'm going to take that up and square that away. So what I'm going to do now is just pack up camp, and then this evening I think it's going to be more of a chamois hunt. So I'm going to go onto the tops. It's kind of like start of the walk out, but yeah, see if I can find a nice buck on the tops. Pretty awesome country up there, and I haven't hunted that way there, so hopefully you never know what's around the next corner. So that's the plan. Get on with it. Well team, story time. So I'm going to just kind of, you've seen all the chaos and big miles, choppers coming illegally, just getting after it in the mountains. So I'll run you through this story, just a bit more ins and outs of it. So last year of May 2020, after lockdown, me and my mate went over to the coast and did a big mission, did like 6 hours of bush bashing into the spot. It was an absolute doozy. So then, yeah, a couple days to get to the tops. Once we get to the tops, you know, see a few animals here and there, and then all of a sudden, on the skyline, this guy, he just is standing up
as we're trying to make our way up through this ridge, we're out in the open, he spots us, he legs it, and then that's game over. So then that kind of sparked my interest. I was like, yeah, he's definitely an old boy. You can see his coronets are way down. He's got a massive body. He's not like super long, but he's definitely an old dog. So I knew that. Really important. If you want a little hot tip, look at the forequarters. There's bulk there, probably an old dog, and then the coronets. So anyway, see that stag, then me and my mate, we head out, we bush bash again, and the bush bash is pretty gnarly, So anyway, I then come back, I try an alternate route of bush bashing, find a bit better route. Now I come up, so it's a good 1500 meters of climb each time you come up here. So yeah, came up, had a scout, and then didn't see him, saw another young stag and a few hinds and lots of chamois around, but no, didn't see him. So on that mission though, before kind of day one, I suffered like multiple storms on that mission, which is one of the videos, or one of the first missions. And then, so I didn't see him. So then that was Christmas, so 2020 Christmas, New Year's. And then come mid-February, I tried again. So I came back in, again, 1500 meters of climbing to get in here, do your bush bashing. She's pretty hard case. So my conditioning was a lot better by that stage and I was good to go. Came up, again saw another good promising young stag, which I might have shown in the video. But again, couldn't find him, just couldn't find him. And I tried. Anyway, leads on to Easter 2021. And so I was actually planning to go a different spot. So I was still going to go to the coast. It's been very mixed bag weather. And then I saw on NZ Hunter they went to the exact same spot that I was going to go to. So, and they showed it clear as day. And I was like, oh, just great. It's a spot I've been to before, has a few chamois, a few deer floating around. So then I was like, oh, where do I go? It's bloody Easter, it's COVID times, it's busy. So I was like, well, bad weather's on the coast, so let's go to the coast. So I went up the coast, I know this route, went through the bush, up tops, rode out the storm. So it was a bit of a storm yesterday, it just blowing its guts out, chose a good campsite, sheltered away. And then on last night, I noticed something on the skyline, and I was like, oh, I thought it was a chamois. Anyway, and this morning, glassed up there, it's another hunter. So, oh, sweet as. So the other hunter's coming from the other side, and he's hunting that catchment. I was literally gonna go that way. So two things, NZ Hunter, then that hunter, he was gonna go that way. So then I was like, oh, stuff it, I'll just go to what you know. So then I see him, he heads back the other way, I head the other way, so we distance ourselves. And I was just like, oh, for goodness sakes, it's just been non-stop bumping into hunters lately. So then I was like, right, go check out that face that you look in, and you just like, it is prime deer country, like prime. So then I go along the range, and as I'm traversing along, I see a hind in the distance, I see some, chamois footprints, and then I scale around and I come to this face. Then I'm like, man, it's prime, it has to be a deer here, has to be. So then I scale along, first I look down, yeah, I don't see anything. Then I go along a bit further and try and glass down, because there's quite a few guts in here. So then I glass down, and then boom! See this fella's like, oh, he's an absolute shooter. So then the old ticker gets going and descend quite steeply into one of the guts, so it kind of hides me. And then I pop up to where I thought I can get a good shooting position, and I look down, I can't see him, and I'm like, oh no, has he spooked, has he gone around the next gut, whatever. So then I was like, right, get height. So I dropped down a wee bit, and then I went up this little like steep as gut, I'm telling you, it's steep, and then popped over. I looked down, like just peering over, and then there he is, only like 100 yards away, had a harem of about 3 hinds, and then yeah, I sacked him on the spot, and then I sent like a second one in him just to like absolute make sure. And then yeah, the emotions started going. 4 years of just not pulling the trigger, letting 100 stags go, and then I shoot this old dog in the country that it's in. That's the biggest thing for me. I've been in here 4 times, each time it's a 1500 meter climb in, It is absolutely epic country. Now this is real famous deer stalking country, obviously not going to show you, but it is absolutely epic. Where he is right now, I wish I could show you, but I'm not going to be one of those social media idiots that just plaster a good stag spot out there. So man, this is what life's about, creating those memories and just getting after it. Just getting after it. I've probably got a win-loss record of now probably like 3 and 200. 3 wins, 2 losses, 300 losses, 200 whatever, but couldn't be happier. So now I've got a bit of a slog out, gonna be up this bloody cut, get a bit of meat off him, get the antlers, and then head on home before the storm comes in on Monday, which it's Saturday now. Might even see another stag, you never know, luck's turn. So hey guys, as always, it was an absolute epic. I put in the hard yards and it's been an absolute doozy trying to get a stag like this. I hope the next one's not that bad, but I couldn't be happier. Life's all about creating those memories and just get after it. Get after it. You don't know when you're going to get taken out, so till your last breath, go down swinging. Catch your team.